Ladies and gentlemen, I have been playing the Teamfight Tactics Set 9 PBE for a hot minute now. And let me say, I sure do have some thoughts. Now, for starters, if by some miracle anyone that worked on this set sees this video, thank you. I honestly, overall, I really like it. There's a lot of creative ideas in here. Big fan of it. Having an absolute blast despite the queue times, despite the crashing, despite the bugs, and despite Baron. But we'll get into that in a minute. So I'm going to start off with just cons. This isn't going to be super organized. Void, 8 Void is hard to get, obviously, because you need an emblem. But Baron Nashor definitely needs to be toned down. I'm not sure if they did that already in a patch I just haven't seen, but it is crazy. Everyone's going it in every lobby. It's so annoying. I literally see 1 or 2 Barons a game, and for something that's, supposed to be the super vertical of that comp that requires an emblem that you can't even make with the spatula, I'm seeing it more often than things that are like gold. I see it more often than like 6 Zon or 6 Piltover. And you would think you would see 6 Piltover more often because that's like the greedy one. That's like the underground one. That's the fun one, man. I mean, Void's fun too, but that's like the super fun one. I've never seen 9 Ionia. Well, I have a couple times. I've actually even made it myself, but also I'm pretty sure. And again, this is another con. Ionia sucks. Now, I'm pretty sure it's because it's literally bugged to be garbage, and they're fixing that, or did fix that very recently. I'm not sure, because no one still builds it, probably out of just placebo. The games definitely feel longer. I don't know if, again, that's placebo or just the games do literally feel longer. The XP changes were definitely needed. People were going Fast 9 way too quickly. Legends are hit or miss for me. I do like being able to choose my augments, or at least, choose what I could potentially get. But at the same time, everyone takes like the best 4 and then gets the prismatics every single time. And then, I'm dealing with 4 people running starter kit. Or at the beginning of the set before they nerfed it, everyone running hedge fund and just holding gold. Hedge fund is still good, by the way. I don't know why I just stopped seeing people use it at all. Like, having 10 extra, interest, capping it at 100 gold is still wild. But honestly, outside of that, that's really all the cons I have with it, besides a few bugs here and there. One time I saw the Void Egg literally didn't spawn anything. I'm not a big fan of some of the carries. Like, I'm upset that they brought back 𝗖𝗍 from, I forget which set it was, but the one that dashes. I really don't like that. I don't like not being able to really target the main carry that nukes my whole board whenever she casts. It's really obnoxious, especially considering she's in the comp that involves the giant Baron that is also both a super tank that CCs, I think it's CCs. It has an execute that can one-shot your super tanks, and then also has a giant AoE burst move. It's crazy. I mean, it's supposed to be crazy because it's vertical on a comp that's hard to get the emblem because, again, you can't build it. But my God, I see it every game! Probably because, again, you can take Earth, which lets you take Ancient Archives every single game. And what do you know? If you take Ancient Archives and then run Void and have 6 traits active, you're very likely to get the Void emblem. I didn't know the con section was just going to be me complaining about Void. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, pros. There's a lot of pros. 9 𝗲𝗫 feels fantastic to hit. It's very broken, but you require 2 emblems. It's like 9 Lagoon from set 7. Kind of deserves to be very hard to beat. I mean, again, it requires 2 emblems, 2 different things, and you have to have 9 units on the board. Well, unless you have 𝗲𝗫 Soul. 𝗲𝗫 Soul is very good, by the way. I ran that on a few times. Sorcerer is one of my favorite renditions of the mage archetype. I love the fact that it's like a chain reaction thing. Obviously, you get more AP on your mages, but then also, if the unit dies, they electrocute enemies based on their percentage HP. So if you kill, for say, Baron, which isn't going to happen because it has like 1,000,000 goddamn HP for no reason, it's going to just nuke the entire board and you basically win off the spot like that. And of course, if you have 8 Sorcerer, which I have done, you should check out my videos, by the way. I've done a lot of these comps that I'm talking about on YouTube, full games. Very fun, very pog streams. The Sorcerer is just, they have like 120 bonus AP and then nuke the entire board instantly. I think I won in like 5 seconds one time late in the game. It was crazy. The set still feels almost as flexible as last set. I'm not sure if it's as flexible because obviously there's a lot more verticality going on here. The set clearly wants you to go deep in the vertical 9 times out of 10 on most comps, because the end games on these comps are just like, you're not beating them with, say, just like a roundabout jack of all trades type team, unless you got really lucky and like 3-star at a 4 cost in it or something. I like all the traits. Last set, I wasn't really a fan of, say, Laser Core. Like a lot of them felt kind of boring and meh. This set, I want to try out every single trait and like learn to play them. Like there's not one that I really like over the other. That's not true, but I mean, there's not one that I really dislike. They're all very unique. They all feel very fun to play. And that's what you want in a game like this, obviously. So the set's just, I can see why Mort was very excited to show this to us, because this is like a magnum opus, honestly. This is my favorite set so far, 100%. The legendary units all feel amazing to use. Rise with Targon is a monster. K'Sante is just hilarious. I mean, it's Lee Sin, like he just kicks things off the board. It's so funny. I'm so glad they brought that back. I know it's probably infuriating to play against. I mean, hell, I've had it completely screw me over, but I can't help but laugh because he literally just kicked my super tank off the board. Like that. Come on, guys, it's hilarious. Bringing back the 4th cost mechanic was just, thank you, awesome. Not 4 cost, 4-star. With the Yordles. It's just like they took all the fun ideas from basically every set and just mashed it into this. And I can appreciate that. I really like that they added more Ornn items and made that more of a, you know, like an archetype you can even build around. Since you can take Ornn, you can just like go a bunch of Ornn items. And then there's the forge thing that literally turns all of your items into Ornn items. It's not, I still haven't found a way to really use that properly. You definitely do not want to go that build if you have an AP comp. Just saying, none of the Ornn items are really that great on AP. Zhonya's Hourglass is really the only good one. I know DFG exists, but like you can, there's 2, and they're both like weird niche pick things. Whereas Mana Zane is just like cast. I guess you could use that one too. Whatever. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. It's very nostalgic because obviously all the champions don't have skins, so it feels like set 1, despite again being a combination of just everything. The portals make the game feel more fair, even though there's a lot of them have RNG BS, because well, you vote in the beginning, there's no starting carousel, so I don't feel like I got screwed over in the very beginning because someone took the component that I wanted, or I just got completely screwed over with items. Oh my god, that's another thing. The way they set up the PvE rounds, big fan of that too. Oh my god, you get so much golden items now. Like, you have a lot to play with. This set definitely feels like it's giving the player a lot of choice. The quality of life changes too, with the inspect, being able to check what emblems are built out of without even having a spatula. Just like, it really does feel like they just reworked the entire game from the ground up and just made it 100 times better. So yeah, if you're looking to get into TFT, this is definitely the time to do it. This is probably the most beginner friendly it's ever going to be ever again. So hop in. It's free to play. I know you have to download the League client if you're on PC. It is on mobile. And check out my Twitch. I stream on there occasionally. I mean, I try to do it daily, but I don't really have a schedule, so just keep the notifications on. I try to upload once a day on this channel, so check out those videos because I'm a very goofy man, all right? Love you for watching this, and see you tomorrow probably. I don't know.